Hi, my name is Brady Spitz, and I'm the coordinator of percussion at Appalachian State University in Boone, North Carolina. I'm also a member of the Black Swamp Educator Network, and I'm here with my almost 25-year-old Black Swamp tambourine that sounds still amazing. So today I want to talk about sort of slow, excruciatingly repetitive practice. This doesn't take away from so many great practice techniques, creative techniques that we've used like variation and interleaving and improvisation, but slow, repetitive, almost meditative practice also it has a place in what we do. So we're talking about tambourine rolls. So I like to think about building tambourine rolls kind of like weightlifting. And there's a principle in weightlifting called time under tension, which is where we want to use slow reps and build muscle mass. So this is as opposed to sort of fast twitch muscle development for speed runs and faster things, right? But building more muscle mass is going to be good for us in the long run. So I'll start by setting the tambourine up and doing 16th notes for a long time, like 10, 15 minutes without stopping. And we'll talk in more detail about what happens when you go for that long, maybe later down the line. But for now, you just have to know that you establish a strong mind-body connection because you're trying to get the same amount of sound forward and backwards. So the same articulation, the same volume with both attacks, right? And then you're going to build a sustainable amount of muscle that results in greater control over your instrument, which is going to allow you to be much more relaxed and therefore much more expressive when you really need it. So what happens when you play for 10, 15 minutes at a time without stopping? Well, you're going to get really bored. And that's actually okay because it allows you to practice re-engaging both mentally and physically with the work that you're doing. You sort of go on autopilot and then re-engage. And that has mindfulness benefits, almost like meditating, that can help sharpen your ability to focus on what's happening. And every time you mentally re-engage, either with what sounds you're hearing or what you're doing with your muscles, you're also reorienting your observations of your playing. So observations deepen over time. So the length of the stroke in each direction, how your muscles feel, degrees of detail and biomechanical angles, how your joints are creating different motions, right? How gravity feels when it pulls the instrument down or up. You sort of notice these things differently every time you get bored and re-engage, and get bored and re-engage. And so over time, engaging with these details on a deep level will raise the floor for what's acceptable in terms of artistic quality on the instrument, eventually resulting in a more relaxed form of artistry.